Thank you for your introduction, Mom. I just want everyone to take a look around this menu and give Cheryl a round of applause for all the hard work she's done. As well, thank you for all of you for being here tonight. So you can give yourself a round of applause for that. And now we get to talk about me. People are defined by the moments in their life, sometimes small, sometimes big, but never insignificant. The first significant moment in my life came when I was 5 years old and was diagnosed with Mobius syndrome. Ever heard of it? Neither had I. It's a rare disease that impacts the cranial nerve. And at age 5, I learned this lesson that really helped me because I no longer had to live in the confines of the normal life. And Taylor, I was doing the whole let the haters hate, shake it off thing way back in '97. And even though I don't have Mobius syndrome, found out that 11 years later, the lessons I learned still stood. The second significant moment of my life was losing my father. After a courageous battle with cancer, he passed away when I was only 12 years old. And his death taught me about the beauty and fragility of life. And there does not go a day that goes by that I don't look in the mirror and smile, on the inside, of course, and be thankful for the gift of life that I have. As well, it has allowed me to have the new experience of the blended family. We wouldn't be here tonight if the McMullin family did not exist. And now, while we're all here, FSHD, I was diagnosed when I was 16 years old, and it was a silent chaos. That day, my life flashed before my eyes, but I was completely frozen. My heart shattered into a million pieces, and I'm sure if you go back to that doctor's office, you'll find a few shards lying on the floor that I left that day. The diagnosis forced me to reevaluate my life, to understand that at 16, the woman I wanted to become no longer existed, but I would become a new woman. And I had to learn to accept the unpredictability and uncertainty of this disease. 7 years later, I'm still working on that one. But I had grown from a 16-year-old who lived a life of denial to an 18-year-old who fought her disease tooth and nail, only to come out mentally and physically weaker, to a 20-year-old who decided she hated being sad and angry and changed the way she looked at life. And now in front of you, you have a 23-year-old woman who has learned how to define success and happiness on her own terms. Yes, she has her bad days, the days she doesn't leave her apartment, the days Haagen-Dazs and Netflix are the only things that seem like good in this world. But she has learned to embrace herself, physical abnormalities and all. And I may be biased, but I think she's awesome. Well, the journey has been bumpy and will continue to be. It's nights like this that inspire and encourage me. This is a disease that very few people have heard of, but I am standing in a crowd full of people who are dedicated to supporting this cause that is so close to my heart. Thank you so much for being here, for buying your tickets, and for bidding on all our items. I am so proud to be standing in front of you, to spend my evening with you, and I am convinced that together we can change the world, and maybe, just maybe, along the way we can cure a disease. Thank you again for your support. Now go get yourself a drink and bid on these items.